Hello everyone. Now I've got to go through this because if North Bridge Flutes, which is a step-up flute, they've very kindly made it possible for us to be here to give you this class. So a round of applause to North Bridge Flute. And I don't know if any of you have got students, or maybe some of you have got a flute that you want to get a better model of. And they're all with a silver head joint. And the silver head joint is made by Chris McKenna, who's a fantastic American flute maker. And it's his skill at cutting the head joint that gives all of the North Bridge flutes a really good voice. It gives us sort of a bedrock of sound from which either a young person or an enthusiast can actually grow their flute playing and actually learn really how to express. And I'm playing on a head joint by Chris McKenna today on my North Bridge flute. The 700 is the most expensive, so of course I have one. And this is the 700, and I'm using, again, a head joint made by Chris McKenna. This isn't the one that goes on the flute, but this is a very special one, but it gives you an idea of just how talented he is as a head joint maker. And I've been working with David Kilkenny from Northbridge for many years now. And we've done lots of exciting things. For example, we did a series of shows for college students called Mission Possible, because I played on Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Well, as in all these Mission Impossible, there's always a baddie. And the baddie in this case, he wants to assassinate a president in the Vienna Opera House. And of course, because there's lots of heads of states there's huge security. So how do you get a gun backstage at the Vienna Opera House? Very simple. You make it a bass flute. Now, there's a story behind this, because when they were making the film, much of the film was made in United Kingdom. And the production company, they decided they wanted a musical instrument. So they went to a shop in South London called it's called, a very big mistake there, called Just Flutes. And they went in, they told them, told the flute shop, Jonathan Mile, they said, we want to buy an instrument that looks a bit like a gun. So Jonathan went away and brought back a bassoon. And they looked at it, went, no, that's not the one. And then they bought a clarinet. Well, in my opinion, a clarinet is a weapon of mass destruction, but they didn't like that either. And then finally, they brought out a bass flute. And they opened the box and they looked at it and they went, oh, wow, a bass flute, this is it. And then they suddenly started looking a bit more closer. Not sure. And then they said, how many of these do you have? And they said, well, we've got three brand new bass flutes. I've got no idea what the cost is, but a bass flute is not exactly cheap. So they said, we'll buy all three. They bought all three, and to make them look the way they wanted, they cut them up. So I'm afraid, can we have a moment's silence for the three bass flutes that died in the making of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? Anyway, so I've had this relationship with David Kilkenny, and we were always looking for new ways of becoming more interactive. And I think this is quite interesting, because you've got all the flute makers over there, and you've got people like myself as the flute players. And how do you connect in a way that's going to mean something to you beyond simply playing nice music and going to a concert? And one of the things that I feel passionate about is how deprived of harmony we are as a single line instrument. So I'm very eager to try and bridge that gap, because if we have harmony, we can hear. And we can start really understanding the effect of harmony on the melody that we're playing. And of course, the easiest thing to do is to have a piano. But not everyone these days has a piano. But what we've done at North Bridge Flute Academy, which is what we're looking into today, and we're combining elements of Simply Flute into the process, I've selected 4 pieces that we're all going to play, and just please, it doesn't matter whether you started last week or you've been playing for 400 years. We're simply going to play the exercises and pieces together and see what we can collectively, absorb from them. So please feel very, very comfortable about playing along. No one is going to be singled out. No one is going to be criticised. And I think if throughout the whole process, if you can all relax, that'll be great. Okay, so we're going to do this. And I think the thing for me, on the Northbridge website, we've created lots of fairly standard pieces, 4 of which we're going to look in today. It's completely free, but when you go to you can download the music, as we'll be seeing it on the screen, and you can then practice with piano, and I think all the tracks are at 3 different tempi. So you can start off practicing at a slow tempo, at home. No one's going to criticise you, and then you can gradually grow that and then move to the next tempo and move up to that. And I've also written extensive practice notes to sort of try and highlight what it is in each of these pieces that we need to focus on. At any stage, please, any questions, gratefully received, and I will attempt to answer them. So we're going to get the first exercise up, please, Pasha. And what I'm going to do, we've only got a few, the music will be on the screen. We haven't got the music for the exercises, unless you I think did anyone get the download? You got the download. Here you are, you'll need a music, there is a music stand, right perched over there. Does anyone else like some music? Okay, that's just going to be, I think it'll be easy for you. You've got one. You have as well. Fantastic. Well done. Okay. So the first area I want to talk about is what I would call sonority and breathing. And for those of you, I can see some faces who don't panic. It's nice and slow. You have it at home, but from Simply Filter, it's in the workshop. Okay, video workshop. Okay, well, good. So it's familiar territory. Excellent. So the whole idea about this is that as those of you who've come to some of the things, the events that I've done over the last few days, my passion is air. I love air. And more to the point, my flute loves air. And if we don't give flute air, it's a pathetic little instrument. So we've got to really get our air going. And this is something I would warm up with at home. I mentioned in the warm-up class, do you have the same breakfast every day? The answer to that is no. And variety in warm-up is so important. Even though I'd love you to subscribe to Simply Flute and to buy my books, I'd also urge you to explore the idea of writing your own warm-up melodies. It can just be any form. I did have a flute. Thank you. One day I'm going to do that on a train, I'm sure. But I think, just off the top of my head, it's a very, very simple melody. I mean, you could probably I should have brought manuscript paper and get you all to write. You could probably all write something as simple as that. And then It's your melody. It's not one of mine, even though, of course, I want you to play my melodies. All right, so you can see in this, can you all see, those of you, okay, you can see the screen. Look, here we go. Quarter note, do you guys say crotchets or quarter notes? Quarter notes. I so prefer that. And crotchets is so English. Now, I better not tread on that. Right, quarter note equals 56. And you can see that the first, we start over here. That's your first breath. Everyone's going, oh no, Paul, oh, silly Paul. Okay, but this is the aim. Because, as I said in the warm-up class, if at the end of a phrase you are going, that is great, and it's fantastic exercise, because if I play this now, and my lungs, my breathing is saying, Paul, what on earth are you doing? This is crazy. You want me to operate for you for that length of time. But if I take a breath like this, I can go on much more, but it's not simply about the length of the breath, it's about the quality of the sound that you're making. And quality of sound is one of the most important things. All right, would you mind standing up to breath? Well, if anyone is not capable, then please obviously sit down. But I prefer, when I'm practicing, to stand up. I just feel more comfortable because it's that thing, when you're standing up, your feet are well and truly sort of into the ground. You feel really solid. All right, so what we're going to do, it's C major, and in all the Simply Flute exercises, it goes through all the keys. We go through C major, then we go into A minor. Okay, here we go. So we'll go from the top. I'll give you 4 beats in. Please do some industrial vacuum cleaning before we start off. All right, and we repeat the sections. 1, 2. Okay, all right. Now, may I ask you, I'm going to play it two ways. Which do you prefer? Or the second way. Did you have a preference? The second one. Are we all agree? The second. Can you tell me what was the difference? It's more expression because I was focusing on what I'm doing between the notes. So with every note that you move, don't think, if the flute is a mechanical instrument, don't think that because you're lifting your finger, you're playing music. Here we go, the action, the way that we lift that key and the energy that we give, because when we lift a key, the physics inside the flute changes. So when we're playing a legato line like this, I don't play a flute, I feel a flute. In particular, if it's dolce and legato, as it is here. So try to be very involved with how you move from one note to the next, because in its simplest and purest form, music is what happens between the notes. And, and on the flute, it's very difficult to do that. Here we go again. Try. 1, 2. I've got to stop you. That was sensational. It really, really was fabulous. And in fact, because this is being recorded, we will listen back. When you get to see this or hear it, you'll realise just how different the version 1 and version 2 is. Once again, 1, 2. Okay, look, you're playing so well. I love it. Ya, da, da. You sang that. And you sang, ya, da, da. You sang that beautifully. Ya, da, beautiful. And then, ya, da, dee, da, 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 dee, da, da, dee, da. Don't be me. When you get lots of eighth notes or quavers, really embrace every single one. Here we go. Very well done. 1, 2. Repeat. Going on. Repeat. And on. Repeat. Bravo. Now, brrr, brrr, or even, because we've had our lips in a very, very fixed position for quite a long time. But now we should be in good condition, Pasha, if we can move on to the Morceau de Concord. Oh no, we've got the duet to play. I'd forgotten about this. All right, so it's the same melody. We know the melody. Can we just play the second flute part now? Just the second flute part. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to play exactly that, just that far. We're not going to go any further. The first time, first flutes here. First time, first flutes here. And then the second time, swap over, first flutes here. So you're playing second flute the first time. Here we go, from the top now. Good luck. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Very good. Now, Pasha, can we move forward to the piece, please? And this is the piece that we're going to play. Now, what we're going to do is all together, we're going to play it, and it's not as fast as it looks, all right? And it's a very, very gentle piece, and we're going to play it nice and slowly. Now, this piece, Morceau de Concours, was written by Fauré when he was the head of the Paris Conservatoire. And he went in on Bastille Day, I think in 2019 or 2020. And the pianist is very enthusiastic this morning. And he wrote this when the building was closed, and then popped it into the flute professor's locker, because he was fed up with all the terribly fast pieces that the French School of Flute Playing was producing, where everything was so manic and crazy. And Fauré, I don't know if you know any of his songs, they're very beautiful. So for the North Bridge Flute Academy, this was a perfect piece with which to explore sound. So we're going to play it slowly, and literally, this is going to be the tempo. That's the tempo we're playing it at. So it doesn't matter. We're going to be playing it a few times for familiarity. As I say, it's not going to be the performance that's going to change the shape of the world or anything like that. Just enjoy it. So no piano at the moment. Let's just play through this. I'll give you 3 beats into bar 2. 1, 2. Very good. 2 places which we've got to look out to. Be very careful in bar 6. Quite a few people got the wrong rhythm in bar 6. Can we just play bar 5? You played bar 5 fantastically, because that's very difficult with that chromaticism. Can we play bar 5, please? 2, 3, 1. Good. So all those demi-semi-quavers, 30-second notes, they're on the 3rd beat of the bar. They're on the 3rd beat of the bar. The next one we've got to be careful about is the beginning of bar 12. There's 2 beats on that top F. It's a long time. All right, let's just play it one more time from the beginning. Here we go. One more time from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to play it with piano, but just remember the piano plays on every single beat. Chong, chong, chong. That's all the piano does. So if you're not on a first beat with the piano, something has gone wrong. All right, and the rest of the piece is just a repeat of that with a little coda at the end. So let's see if we can put it together with piano now. 3 beats in, you'll hear 3 chords in the first bar into bar 2. Please, Pasha. There you go. Guess the last note. Bravo. Very well done. Please sit down again. Okay, we never quite got that bar 6 sorted out, but in your private practice at home, just remember all the moving notes in bar 6, they start on the 3rd beat and not before. All right, so that is such a great piece for which to sort of warm everything up. I would happily play this piece of music as a warm-up, in the same way we use the exercises as a warm-up. It's got everything in it. It's the only problem with it, just as a warm-up, that the range of it is quite wide. So we go down to the very bottom of the flute, and it's got, of course, there's the top F in there as well. Good. Pasha, may we move on, please, to the next section. So now we've got fingers. It's always the same. It doesn't matter where I am in the world. As soon as I mention fingers, everyone smiles in a very knowledgeable way about they know they really should do something about it, but perhaps tomorrow. Okay, so fingers we've got to keep a good eye on. Now, we all know that these 4 fingers really are the weakest. And sadly, I mean, particularly for the, do you call it the pinky over here, for the little finger? Yeah. So for the pinky, even on a C foot, excuse me, even on a C foot, it's still got 3 keys to operate. Thank you, Mr. Bowen. That's very kind of you to give our weakest finger all the work. So we've got to knuckle down and do that. And I'm really sorry to tell you this, but I'm afraid, however deeply you believe, prayer is not going to answer this one. We've just got to put in the hours to get those fingers working nicely for us. And a lot of people in these classes, I say to them, so what exercise do you do to get independence in your fingers? And people say, oh, I play Taffanel and Gobert. And do you know this one? Some nodding faces back there. I love it. It was the same. I think it might have been you in the work class when the sonority exercise. You sort of, yes. Everyone's got that sort of glazed expression when they yes I've done that. Yes, it's nearly killed me. So anyway, but if we think this one, I'm playing it in G major. Let's do an analysis of a finger in that. So let's take our 4th finger, left hand. What happens when I play this? I play G, it's working. My 4th finger is working. I lift my finger, it's on holiday. I lift my finger to go to B, my 4th finger is still on holiday. I play C, 4th finger on holiday. D, oh, suddenly 4th finger comes back from holiday. C, holiday, B, holiday, A, holiday. I wish my week was like that. So we've got to make sure that we know that the muscles in the hand that close are infinitely stronger than those that open. So when in your everyday life would you go like that? If you picked up something sharp or hot. So the speed at which we open our hands and the muscles that control that is, if you want to do it quickly, it's more a reflex action than actually a thought through action. But if we want to have independence in all our fingers, we need to be able to lift them as much as we can put them down. And this exercise is exactly for that. So just sitting down, can you all see the exercise? Yeah. What do you need to do?
It's too little to see.
Okay. Do come in, that's fine. Glasses. All right, so can we just to start with, can we try this? Just that. No, not the exercise, just this at the moment. And now, no, just no, we're not doing the exercise. And now, can we just try this? Repeat. One step up. Again. Up one step. F sharps. And again. Starting on E now. And again, F sharps. Starting on F sharp. Repeat. Next one. And repeat. Okay, now so we did G major scale, just up one octave. That is a great exercise in itself because there's a direction. And you can feel with every step up we're going, it just gets gradually warmer and warmer and nicer to play. So I'd suggest that before you play this one. All right, now this one is very simple. Well, it's pretty similar to what we've just done, but moves around a bit more. Let's, what? You can breathe, breathe, please don't die. Okay, you breathe wherever you wish. Okay, let's just try that. We're only focusing on the first three lines, just the first three lines. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty good, very good, excellent. Let's do it again. We're going to do it 4 times just for familiarity. 1, 2, 3. Repeat, 3, 4. Okay, let's go on now and play E minor. So we're starting here, all right? 1, 2, 3. And again from the 4th line, E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So now when we're going to move on to the piece where we need our fingers to be involved. So Pasha, please go to Le Basque. And here is some music for you. Who needs music? Music, music, music. Have you got it? You're okay? Who needs music? There you go. Music. Anyone else want some? There you go. Music. 1 copy left. Can you, have you got it, or can you share? Can you share, or can you see the screen? Oh, you got it. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. All right. Now, the good thing about this piece is that, you start your... what a jolly piece. And then you get about to bar 25 or 6, and then you're... That's the bit we're this is the purpose of this one. Can we play from the beginning, please? And let's play it with repeats, just to get the character of the piece. I'll give you 2 bars in. 1, 2, 2. Okay, there's a fundamental mistake going on here at the moment, which is you see it, you know you can play that, so you say, oh, I'm going to go a bit quicker. And then, in bar 26, disaster. Okay? Be careful, don't push the tempo, otherwise we're going to fall apart really badly when it comes to that tricky bit with 16th notes or semiquavers. From the top again. 1, 2, 2. Repeat. Going on. Repeat. Stop. Okay. You always put the high F on the second beat. It's not. It's on the 4th. Bum. Whoop. Bum. Okay, so that'll be better next time. Can we try the next section with repeats, but we're going yum ba dee 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 da dee 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 da dee. That's the speed we're going. 1, 2, 1. Okay, and again, may I suggest, because this is a little bit more panicky now, hang on to the first note of each group of 4. Yum ba da dee da ha da dee da ha da dee da ha. Hang on to that first note, and you've thrown out an anchor then, and it will stop you tilting forward. Same thing again. 1, 2, 2, and... Repeat. Going on. Repeat. Very good, very good. Okay, so we're now going to play it from the top with piano. There are 4 bars into the upbeat, so, and it's bum chee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo. All right, and it's straight through. So now, just be careful here. We repeat the first section, we repeat the second section, we then repeat the difficult sections. So we get to the bottom of the page, and then we go from the last note of the second time bar, from this note here, we go all the way to the top to here. All right? And then it's, I think it's with repeats through to bar 25. All right. Are we ready? Let's go. Who put the top F in? Hey, fantastic. Well done. You sailed through the second bit. Now, again, on the North Bridge Flute Academy website, there are slower tempos than that. So that, I think that would have been the final quick tempo that we just played. If you want to practice it slower to get the coordination and to get everything in the right place at the right time, you can just set the piano to play at the medium pace or the slow pace. Well done. So we're now moving on into the area of articulation. Now, I think this could be just fun to do because I've talked about throat flutter tonguing, and I was asked recently by someone who can't roll their tongue, how do you learn to roll your tongue? And I couldn't think of anything, and then I came up with this idea because roll red wagons. Roll red wagons. Can you say that? Roll red wagons. And again, roll red wagons. Now I like this. Reeling, reel, rear wheels. Reeling, rear wheels. And again, reeling, reel, rear. Right, there's some lovely r's going on over there. This is a good one as well. Just to sort of, if we do the same thing every single one that we try out, our tongue's going to get tired. So we need to break it up. So seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. Now, next one. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, red lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. I quite like it. Back, black, bat. Back, black, bat. This is sort of like, there's a bit of lemon juice in here, isn't it? Yeah, it's crisp. Back, black, bat. Back, black, bat. Back, black, bat. Toy boat, boys boat. Toy boat, boys boat. Toy boat, boys boat. Toy boat, boys boat. This is a good one for the tongue. Whistle, thistle, sizzle, bristle. Whistle, sizzle, bristle. Whistle, thistle, sizzle, bristle, whistle, thistle, sizzle, brisses. 6 slimy suckers stuck in sludge. 6 slimy suckers stuck in sludge. 6 slimy suckers stuck in sludge. This is a good one. Wicked weather thwarts weary sleuths. Wicked weather thwarts weary sleuths. Wicked weather thwarts weary sleuths. And finally today, 3 fleeing fleas flew through 3 freezing trees. That should get you going. 3 fleeing fleas flew through 3 freezing trees. 3 fleeing fleas flew through 3 freezing trees. And if your tongue isn't beginning to get quite activated now, something's gone horribly wrong. So this is in the PDF pack that I sent out. If anyone wants the PDF pack, just give me your email address at the end and I'll send it out to you. Everything you're seeing today is in that PDF pack, the exercises and all the pieces. But to get the accompaniments, you'll have to go to the North Bridge Flute Academy website, and it's all free. You don't even have to give a password or anything like that. It's straight in. So, Pasha, could we have the next page, please? And we're just going to spend a little bit of time on this. Flute, it's down there again, it's hiding. Now, this whole thing, the problem with articulation, and I believe it's primarily, this happens at the beginning of your flute studies. And now that's either if you've started at the age of 7 or 9, or if you've started later in life. It's something that I think happens, and it's called frustration. And what happens is in the first week you play, that's a very popular, because it's all in the left hand and it just goes through like that. Now, if you've got that book, which is A Tune a Day Book 1, you look further ahead and you see exactly the same melody written 1 octave higher. And you see that it's the same fingering. So you think, oh, my teacher hasn't told me to play that yet, but I'm going to play it. And you go, you cannot get up the octave. And then one day you're so angry yourself, you go, you spit the note into the flute. And from that, we learn to actually get up to the octave. That we seem to think is the way you do it. No, you don't. You create quicker airspeed from here. So we now have to unravel all the bad that was done in those first early weeks. And this is an exercise for that. It's, can you just say to me, da 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 da, da 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 da, and again. Try to cut out the t in the da 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 da. That's better. Okay, now can we just try? Let's try that. 2, 3, 4. That's fabulous. So we're going to go straight into this because we don't have so much time and we've got one final fun piece to play after this. So just if you look at the second line, we've got... And this has repeats. And just get the whole purpose here. I don't expect you to play all the right notes and in the right order, but just get some practice. You get the idea of letting your tongue. It doesn't want to hammer in the mouth. It needs to glide. It needs to fly in the mouth. All right, can we have the piano track, please, Pasha? Bravo, that was absolutely fantastic. So, just to finish up with, because there's people waiting, can we go to the final piece, Pasha? And we'll just play that. We'll be very, very quick now. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. All right, finally. So this is just to say, it's a farewell gift to you. Please do go to the North Bridge Flute Academy website. There's so much to this way. We've just literally tickled the tip of the iceberg here. But this is just such a great way to finish with. There'll be 4 clicks into bar 1 from the piano, and then it's off we go. There is a repeat, but otherwise it's straight through. And thank you all very much for being such a great crowd to work with. And any questions, come and see me at the end. Great stuff. Off we go. 4 clicks, please, Pasha. bravo, and thank you very much indeed.